But it's time for us to get serious about a convention center. It's time for us to stop getting our butts kicked by Fort Wayne and Indianapolis and the south side of Chicago and Bloomington and Evansville and all these people who have put money in, public money, into building assets to bring people to their community to spend money. A funny thing happens when you spend money and you build public investment. The private sector follows. They build new hotels, they upgrade restaurants, they make more investments because the private sector is looking for some leadership from the public sector, like they did in Indianapolis. Do you think Mr. White just decided on a whim one day to open up his wallet and build a $440 million JW Marriott in Indianapolis? No. The city invested in a convention center. They invested in the highways that took you to the airport. They made things happen that makes the private sector want to come along and follow along. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have to do here in Northwest Indiana. We have not made significant public investment in infrastructure in a long time. Now, the RDA is doing some great stuff with the support and vision of the Marquette Plan. We've got some great lakefront parks. We're turning mill towns into more contemporary, livable facilities. But we don't have that big flash in the pan that's going to be a game changer. And when I drive on US 30 in Maryville and I see a wig store, and I see closed restaurant pads, and I see what South Lake Mall looks like today with the kind of vendors in there versus what they are, something's wrong. And somebody's got to have the courage to tell all of you that there's something wrong. We do not have the vibrant retail and restaurant community that we once had. We couldn't get out of our own ways in the 90s and in the early 2000s. But then, guess what? Fort Wayne saw our success and said, we want to build something. Indianapolis doubled down on their convention space. They tore their own stadium down, which, by the way, they built without a team. Here's how forward-thinking communities work. They built a stadium without a team, knowing that they could recruit someone. Now, I'm not suggesting we go build an NFL stadium, but I'm telling you it's time for public investment. It's going to be the biggest project of our generation, but we must follow that. We must add a convention center. We must do more on the lakefront. We must continue to build our community.